Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Wolf. Today, we're peeling back the layers of time, not by decades, but by centuries. We're journeying back to the heart of the Renaissance, an era pulsating with art, groundbreaking invention, and a boundless, insatiable curiosity. And at the center of this explosion of human potential, there stands one figure who seems almost out of place, as if he'd stepped out of a time machine from our own future. If there was ever a man born centuries too early, it was Leonardo da Vinci. Imagine a world without cars, without the hum of electricity, a world lit by candlelight and powered by muscle. Now, imagine a man in that world, sitting quietly with a quill and ink, sketching the very machines that would define the 20th century. Long before the Wright brothers ever dreamt of Kitty Hawk, long before tanks rumbled across battlefields, and even before the word robot was ever uttered, one man drew them all. Not with steel and gears, but with ink and an imagination that defied the limits of his own time. This is the story of Leonardo, but it's not just the story of the man who painted the Mona Lisa. To label him simply as a painter is like calling the ocean wet. It's true, but it misses the breathtaking depth beneath the surface. He was a master engineer, a pioneering scientist, a profound philosopher, a musician, an architect, a cartographer. Above all, he was a man utterly obsessed with the mysteries of the natural world and the limitless power of the human mind. His curiosity knew no bounds. He wanted to know why the sky was blue, how birds flew, how a river carved its path through stone, and what secrets lay hidden inside the human body. The proof of this extraordinary vision lies in a collection of over 13,000 pages of notes and drawings, known today as his notebooks. These weren't just diaries. They were windows into a mind operating on a different frequency. Tucked within these fragile pages, written in his peculiar mirror-image script, are designs that are simply staggering. He sketched flying machines based on the anatomy of a bat's wing, ornithopters that flapped, and even a primitive helicopter with a helical rotor, which he called an aerial screw. He drew plans for an armored fighting vehicle, a precursor to the modern tank, complete with 360-degree cannons. He envisioned submarines, diving suits complete with air hoses and floating bells, and even early designs for a humanoid automaton, a mechanical knight that could sit up, wave its arms, and move its jaw. It was, in essence, one of the world's first robots. Think about the sheer audacity of it. In an age when the fastest thing on land was a galloping horse, Leonardo was designing machines to conquer the sky and the depths of the sea. He was thinking about automated warfare, when most battles were fought with swords and arrows. Where did this come from? For Leonardo, there was no wall separating art and science. They weren't opposing forces. They were two sides of the same coin, two languages for describing the same universal truth. He believed that to paint a tree, you first had to understand how its sap flowed, how its roots gripped the earth, and how its leaves reached for the sun. To paint a human figure, he needed to understand every muscle, every bone, every sinew beneath the skin. This is why he performed dissections, a controversial practice at the time. To create his Vitruvian Man, the perfect synthesis of artistic proportion and scientific anatomy. Art informed his science, and science deepened his art. His studies of water were legendary. He didn't just see a river, he saw a living system of currents, eddies, and vortices. He sketched the flow of water around obstacles with a precision that modern fluid dynamics would recognize. He applied this knowledge to design canals, locks, and hydraulic systems for the cities of Italy. He saw the world not as a static picture, but as a dynamic, interconnected system of forces and patterns. This perspective is what allowed him to make connections that no one else could. He saw the spiral in a seashell, in a whirlpool, and in the curling of a plant's tendril, and wondered if they shared a common mathematical principle. He once wrote, "The painter who draws merely by practice and by eye, without any reason, is like a mirror which copies everything placed in front of it without being conscious of their existence." Leonardo was never a mirror, he was a lens, focusing the light of the world into a sharp, clear image of understanding. He wasn't just observing, he was questioning, analyzing, and deconstructing everything he saw. He understood that true knowledge wasn't about accepting what you were told, but about seeing for yourself. Wisdom is the daughter of experience, he declared. His mind was a relentless engine of what if. What if we could harness the power of gears and levers to build a self-propelled cart? What if we could study the flight of birds to create a machine that could carry a human? This constant questioning, this refusal to accept the world as it was, is the very essence of his genius. He famously wrote, "Genius is the ability to see what others cannot." And what Leonardo saw was the future. He saw a world where humanity could break the bonds of gravity, explore the ocean's floor, and build machines to do its bidding. He saw possibilities where others saw only limitations. And so, when we look at the Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile, we're not just looking at a masterpiece of oil on wood. We're looking at the creation of a man who understood optics, human anatomy, and the psychology of a fleeting expression. When we marvel at the Last Supper, we're seeing the work of a master of perspective, drama, and engineering, who experimented with new fresco techniques. Every brushstroke was guided by a mind that had dissected the world and put it back together with a deeper understanding. That's why Leonardo da Vinci wasn't just a man of his time. He was, and remains, a man for all time. His legacy isn't just in art galleries or museums. It's in the blueprint of the modern world he imagined 5 centuries ago. If you believe that a single human imagination can echo through the centuries, and if you want to explore more timeless tales of incredible minds, then please subscribe and join our journey here with me, Mr. Wolf. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.